Hi guys, it's me again. So we are here today to talk about something called flashes. Now I initially saw this and I actually saw some YouTubers messing around with this, and I just really couldn't get my head around the fact that this was actually a thing and that it would work. So it's basically, I mean, people call it the eyelash stapler or stapling on eyelashes. It's a contraption that puts on little clusters of lashes for you, or you do it, and it's a thing. Okay, so I thought I would try it, and I had some kind of mixed results with this little sucker. So when you order it, it actually comes in a little box like this, which is actually really cute. The packaging is really cute. It also comes with a sheet that's got stickers on it that are, kind of cutesy little stickers. They're like lip kisses and little hearts and stuff that's kind of along this line. So it comes with that, and then you get this box, and it says Flirt sheet here, and then it says here it's the Flashes lash applicator. It says Flirt Flashes give you instantly sexy flirty eyes with easy lashes that go on in a flash, thus flashes. So once you get it, you slide it open, and there is the Flashes contraption. Once you take this out of here, this is it. This is pretty much the contraption. And then, in here it has, at the bottom, it has like a little user's guide that explains all the ins and outs of the Flashes applicator, stapler, whatever you want to call it. The one thing that I don't like about this is that once the little clusters of lashes are used up out of this, then you have to throw this away and buy a whole another one, which I think is kind of wasteful, I guess. I wish there was a way to actually refill this, but there isn't. So you will need to have, it's not like these are self-adhesive or anything. You do have to get your own glue, and you do have to still actually put your own glue on them. So it's not like you're just taking them out of this little thing and sticking them right on your eye. You do actually have to use glue. So they actually call them buds. The little things that you apply to your lash, they call them buds. So you have to roll this little roller here forward several times when you first get it. There's a little window here that kind of shows you when a lash is coming, so you can just keep rolling and rolling until you see a bud come up through the bottom. Now this is going to come with the strip part out first, so you just keep rolling until you get a strip that shows itself, and there we have one. And once the initial strip shows itself, you want to clamp it in place. So you do that by pressing this top button here. So it's actually clamped it in place, so it's not really going to go anywhere. It's not going to accidentally come out, or it's snapped in place. Once it's snapped in place, you actually take your adhesive or whatever glue it is that you want to use, and you place it on the end just like you would any other fake eyelash. So you put I actually love the strip lash adhesive that has aloe in it because it is latex free, and I'm just not a fan of latex around the eye. This is what it looks like. It dries clear, and I really like that glue. So you put the glue on the end like this. So now the adhesive is on the end of the bud. And then you can just kind of set it down because you want to wait until it gets tacky before you actually put it on the eye. Again, the only downside to this little sucker, other than I did find in doing this eye that it was very time consuming. And I also want you to look at something on the eye. If you'll notice, I have a lot of gaps kind of in between these little buds, which I am not a fan of personally. And I have done everything from like trying to separate them individually with things that are not even safe to have near my eye, to try and get them to look a little more kind of together and not as separated. But I have found that the flare on the end of these buds is a little different with each bud. So the look that you get is gonna probably not be very symmetrical. And I know that a lot of it probably has to do with placement as well, but if you'll notice, I did place these buds very close to each other. So I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and they're just right next to each other all the way across the lash line, and I didn't leave a lot of space in between. So the fact that they look like this with the amount of gaps that they have in them is a little odd, because it almost looks like there's, you know, like there's spaces in between them, but there's not. It's just the way the bud flares at the end. So I don't like that part about it. Alright, so we've let this get as tacky as we're going to. So it's a little tacky on the end. And then the next thing that you do is you place this on your eye, right above your lash line where you'd normally place a lash. Once you place it there, they recommend that you hold it there for like 3 to 5 seconds, and then you push this lower button, which actually releases the lash, and then you can pull the thing away, and it will leave a lash bud on your eye. So we'll go ahead and do one really quickly. I'm not going to be able to look in the camera. I'm going to have to look in this mirror, so we'll do one. Let's just do one right here. And we'll stick it on the lash line. Press the button. And release the lash. And I stuck that one way up on my eye. And that's another thing, is that with the equipment, it is kind of hard to see like where your placement's gonna be with these suckers. And I have found that I end up sometimes going in with a pair of tweezers afterwards and kind of correcting the placement and getting it where it needs to be, which is what I just did. And, you know, it's one of those things where if I'm going to do that, then why have the flashes thing in the first place? So, I mean, overall, it's, you know, we're going to crank another one up here, and while I'm talking to you guys, I'll put another one on. I mean, overall, I guess it's a functioning device. It actually, I mean, it works just fine. I just don't know if the device is very bulky, and for me, I like a lot of fine movement when I'm putting my lashes on, so the more controlled the movement, the better for me. So anything small like tweezers is going to be like a preferred method, as opposed to having something like this bulky. But I'm going to also, while we're waiting for this one to dry, I'm going to insert a clip here of what my normal lash looked like and my other lash looked like right after I placed the flashes on. So, I mean, overall, they don't look horrible, right? And I really like, if you notice right up against the eyelash for there, or the eyelid, for there not to be any eyeliner on, they look very nice. They don't look overly fakey, you know, with kind of a big line there. Let's go ahead and try and put this next one on and see what happens. Maybe I can get this one a little closer. Oh, and see, that one didn't even come off. I think, is there one on my eye? No. This is it. Yeah, see, I don't know, guys. I don't know. It just, I don't know. It just seems like I'm going to end up going in with a tweezer anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm going to end up going in with a tweezer anyway, then why do I need the flashes? I guess is what I'm saying. I don't know. I'm going to give this one more try. Because I feel like, I don't know, I just feel like I'm not... I don't know, I feel like it's either user error here, or I'm not doing something right, or I don't know. Let's try another flashes here and see if we can get one to work without tweezer intervention. Oh, damn it. I just didn't get the placement. Ugh, that keeps falling. I just didn't get the placement right. It's really hard to get that placement right. I just want one to work right. Yeah, this is just not good, not good. Maybe we can fix this lash right here. Okay, right. Oh, seriously? Oh my god, this is just unbelievable. Maybe I can, I don't know. Alright, we're gonna get serious. For safety. Okay, let's try again. Oh, this is just impossible. It's just impossible to get the lash where you want it with that big thing in the way. Because of this big hunkin' thing, it's kind of hard to see around it. Okay, this is the one that's gonna work. Is it still on there? I'm done. Oh, God. I'm done with this thing. I can't. It's just... Alright, we're gonna get a flawless application this time. Alright. Okay. Okay. Alright, not bad, not bad. Okay, not terrible. Why does this eye look so different from this eye? They're all placed the same way. Okay, guys, I'm back. Alright, so my take, and this is now that I have both of my eyes are done now with the Flashes applicator. So here's my opinion. Here's the pros. Let's go over the pros first. So the lashes themselves, I actually like. They genuinely look long. You can see from the side here that they genuinely look long. They look very nice. I did have to double up on this side because there was some gaps with them, so it's kind of very hit or miss, like what kind of look you're gonna get. It's not like it's gonna be a symmetrical look like you would get if you put on two sets of strip lashes that were identical or exactly the same. But I mean, overall the quality of the lashes is not bad and they look decent. If you can, I'll look down for you. The actual bands on the lashes are actually quite nice. Again, I don't have any liner or anything on to kind of hide where the glue meets the lash, etc. And having said that, I mean, it looks fairly good. As far as this tool goes, I at this point want to crush it and just throw it away, but it has lashes in it and it costs me money, so I'm not going to do that. But having said that, they are a nice quality lash. It was definitely an interesting experience, but overall, would I recommend this contraption to anyone? Absolutely not. It had more misses than hits, and I would say out of both of these eyes, I think I had one bud that actually laid correctly, came off correctly, and didn't have to be readjusted or go in with a pair of tweezers anyway. So that contraption was a bust for me. Alright guys, I think that's it for this video. Thanks so much for joining. If you haven't subscribed, feel free to do below. Leave any comments or questions you have and I'll definitely get back to you. And I will see you next time.